Yeah, I've always been afraid of looking older than my husband. I know, it sounds... Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele Fash. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. If you're a returning subscriber, you know I love you, you know I appreciate you, you know you have a special place in my heart. Thank you so much for always coming back. Okay, and if it's your first time here, please consider subscribing and be a part of this wonderful family. Okay, all right, so today I have come. I think I have been summoned, so I had to answer. So in my last video, I don't know if it was my last video, the one before that, where I did the video I made with my husband, I mentioned that, you know, I've always wanted to date, I've always wanted to get married to an older person, an older man. And some people have, I don't know, for some reason think maybe there's a psychological issue why I chose to go for an older man. So I've had a couple of messages on Instagram, you know, people asking me, hey, is it that my dad was not there for me? Why was I obsessed with marrying an older man? Blah, 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 blah. Oh God, people are funny. Anyway, so let's get into it. So today, even though I chose to ignore some of those, almost all of those comments, a few people actually asked, like, sincerely, like, why. So I decided to, okay, do a video to explain myself, okay, as to why I decided, or why I've always wanted to marry someone older than me. Okay, so if this is a video that you're going to find interesting, please make sure you keep on watching. Let me adjust this camera. All right, so let's get into it. Why did I choose to go for someone who's older than me, significantly older than me? Now, I don't think it's a psychological issue, I mean. I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of preference and a matter of choice. And yeah, and kind of knowing where you're going and the kind of personality you would need, you know, in order to be able to get to where you're going faster, okay? All right, let me explain. Now, but before I even go into it, let me just start by saying that, see, age is just one of the numerous reasons why you should marry a person, like just one. And normally age is like way down the list. Okay, there are so many reasons, so many things you should look out for, right, when looking at, you know, or when thinking of someone you should get married to. I did a video on boyfriend versus husband material, so go and watch that video if you really want to know some of the signs to look out for in deciding if this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, because that's such an important decision that you do not want to take lightly. Okay, now, yeah, so age is just one of the numerous reasons why you should marry a person. Just one of the things that you should look out for whilst marrying a person, okay? But let's talk about age. Let's talk about the age aspect right now, and why I and most ladies now decide to go or prefer to go for older men. Like, when I'm talking about older men, I mean, you guys, you've seen my husband, so I don't know what this hula hulu is about. You guys have seen my husband. It's not like he's an old man. It's not like I married a sugar daddy. You know, my husband is still young, right? It's just that he's significantly older than me. Okay, all right, so let's get into it. But before I also go inside, let me go into the topic. Let me also mention here that, see, marrying another person is not a guarantee of a happy marriage. Like I said, there are so many factors that, you know, you should look out for when determining who you want to spend the rest of your life with. Okay, so age is one of the least reasons, you know, you should look out for. Okay, but let us get into it. Why did I? And listen, this is not why I chose to marry my husband. Okay, this is why I've always wanted to marry, or reasons, you know, I've always wanted to marry an older man. Okay, this is not reasons why I married my husband. I don't think, maybe in our 1 year anniversary I'll tell you why I chose to marry him, but I think I've already left hints, 1 or 2 hints, you know, in most of my videos. Anyway, so let's get into it. Why did I always wanted to marry an older man? The first reason is I've always been attracted to older men. That's the first and frank and the most honest reason I can ever give. Like, I don't know why. I've never been attracted to anyone that is in my age group. I don't know why. I don't think it's a psychological issue. I just think that it's a matter of, again, preference. Again, what the heart wants, right? Yeah, even when I was in school, yeah, I remember when I was like in secondary school and the rest of it, all my classmates, you know, boys would date girls, girls would date boys. I never had a boyfriend in my class when I was in secondary school. When I was in secondary school, the guys I was dating were not even in my school, okay? They were seniors in, you know, other school, like seniors, like when I, like seniors. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, most of my classmates, and I think maybe it's also because I've always looked older than my age right from childhood. Like when I was like 13, you think I was already 16. Okay, I have always been older than my age. I've always been tall for as long as I can remember, and I don't know, I've always acted maturely, kind of ish. You know, for my age. Yeah, that's what I mean, for my age. Like as 13-year-old, I was already acting like a 16-year-old, you know, the way I carry myself, the way I dress, the kind of people I hang out, you know, I hang around. Even the people that were significantly older than me, they didn't know. I used to lie about my age a lot. In one of my videos I did with Yemi, I told you guys I actually lied to my husband about my age, but that's a story for another time. Anyway, so yes, I always hang around, you know, people that are older than me, because for some reason I could not just understand, you know, being with people that are in my age group, we just never flowed, okay? We just never flowed. Like, we were always having issues, always fighting about one boy, one guy, and they were always dating small boys, having small boys drama. It was so, you know, tiring for me, okay? So yeah. So yes, I have always been attracted to older people. So even when I was in school, okay, I don't know, I was always hanging around, you know, older people. I always listen to them. I love, you know, hanging around with old couples, like just listen to them talk, you know, just sitting around their company. I told you guys I was 13 when I was listening to relationship messages like Pastor Kingsley on Galaxy then and the rest of it. So I have always been interested in, you know, older people. I've always been attracted to them, okay? Like, yeah, I don't know why, but I have always been attracted right from childhood, right from like when I was a teenager, okay? When I started knowing what boyfriend is, like, I have always been attracted to older people. I have never been attracted to guys that are my age. Like, I always found them childish. I always found them, I don't know, childish. I always feel like these people are too, like the way they behave, the things they say, the way they act, for some reason, I just don't see anything charming about them, okay? And even growing up, okay, even when I became an adult, still, like people in my class, people like, you know, they always say that female usually mature quickly than the guys, and then the guys catch up and they become more mature and the rest of it. Yeah, maybe that's the reason why I just felt like they were too childish for me. And yeah, because of the people I was already interacting with, the kind of people I hang around and the rest of it, yeah, I was never the ones that hang around the bad girls. I'm not talking about bad girls vibe, like those that go with big boys and everything. No, I have never been one of those people. But I hang around matured people, like my aunties, my uncles. I like to listen to them. I like to listen to relationship messages. I like to listen to people talk about how they met their husband when I was very young. So because of that, I don't know, I could not just see myself dating someone, you know, my age, or someone, you know, yeah, my age or my age group, no, or 2 years older than me, no. So I don't know, I always loved, and I don't know, for some reason, older guys are usually attracted to me, or were usually attracted to me. Now, this is not always a good thing, especially when you're still young and you're a teenager. Like, please, okay. And thankfully, like, you know, I still had sense. Like I said, I had sense. There are several things that I could have done, useless myself, and done a lot of things because of, you know, I had a lot of them also that were manipulative, okay. Some of them knew my age. They knew that, oh, I just looked young, I just looked older, but, you know, I'm still young and the rest of it. And a few of them did try to take advantage of my innocence, but thank God, thank God I was able to escape, you know, all of them, or most of them, all of them. I was able to escape all of them. Yeah, at least, yeah, anyways, that's a story for another time. But yes, I did. But I had sense, and my mom's teaching was always in my head. But yeah, I have always been attracted to older men. That's definitely the first reason I would give. Now, the second reason is, if most of you know I'm sapiosexual, okay? I'm attracted to intelligent people, okay? I'm attracted to intelligence. You know, when I see a person that talks and, you know, they talk with experience, not just intelligence, but experience, because anybody can be intelligent, even younger people can be intelligent, but there's a different intelligence that comes with age, okay? Now, I'm not saying that every older person is experienced or every older person is intelligent or wise or whatever, but I don't know, when you've experienced life, you've gone through life, there's certain things that you have a different way of seeing life. And I've always been that kind of a person. I've always been someone that, you know, I always listen. I read a lot of intelligent books. I read a lot of, you know, I read a lot of books, listened to a lot of messages. You know, I was always, I don't know, I was always thirsty for, you know, knowledge, okay? So when I find a person that is intelligent, that speaks intelligently, that when he talks, people listen, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I've always been attracted to that. I always love someone that talks intelligently, okay? And I grew up being like that also, like the husband I married, I mean. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that attracted me to my husband. And most of the people I've dated, like, I need to know that you have sense. So even there are older people that, you know, they behave like children, okay? Yes, even when I was, you know, still in my, you know, dating phase, right? You know, there are a few older people that when they open their mouths, like, I just get exhausted. Like, literally, I can be so attracted to you, you know, and then the moment you start talking, that very moment, everything I feel for you just dies right there and then. Yes, that's me. Like, it has happened several times. Like, so when I've been crushing on for years, for months, you know, finally talks to me and I'm like, waiting I say for this guy body, like what was I thinking? Why? Because I don't know, we're not having intelligent conversation. Or when they opened the mouth to talk, it was just like their fineness and their brain, there's a distance, you understand? So yeah, so that's why you know, fineness or height or six packs or whatever has never been my focus. Never. Because I've dated, like I said, I think I've mentioned in some of my videos, I've dated guys that wear like that, but I don't know. And I think that, now forgive me okay, I could be very wrong, but most of the guys then that I was dating that had all the physique, the six packs, the body, the what, not most of them, some of them, most of the ones I have met, they're the one that have the lowest, I don't know, kind of way of thinking. I've dated a few of them that, you know, were sound, but some of them, I mean, all they know is just, anyways, let's just move on before I was like to shake some tables. But anyways, yes, so what was I saying? Yeah, I have always been attracted to intelligent people, and then yeah, someone that has experienced life. I love to listen to life stories. Like, I like to tell my life story, so you guys can imagine, you know, I love people who have a lot to share with me, that it's not just from what they've learned from books or they've read somewhere or something, but from their life experiences. I love teachers then that would teach you from their life experiences. So I've always loved people that I experienced, that can tell me that, hey, I've gone through this and yeah, this is what it is. So, or that will tell me stories about, you know, things they've been through. I don't know, I just love intelligent people. Okay, so yeah, intelligent experience was one of the reasons why I chose to go for so why I've always, it's one of the reasons why I've always wanted to go for an older person. And also, let's talk about experience different from intelligence. Okay, we talked about the intelligence that comes from experience. Let's talk about experience. Okay, all right. Now, yeah, I don't know, I've always, since I was younger, even when I became an adult, right, I always wanted someone that has experienced life, right? Now, they've experienced a lot of things that I am still looking forward to experiencing. Okay, so yeah, and this is where I'll be doing another video about the dangers of marrying men that are older than you, because trust me, I mentioned I don't know if it's my last video, the one that is to come, the one I did with my husband, that, you know, you need to be careful when you decide to go for someone who is older than you, because most of them, you know, they already have the way they see life, right? So you have to look for a way to blend into their life. Like, anyways, that's a topic for another time. I'm going to talk about some of the dangers, you know, in going for someone older than you. Yeah, I've had significant experience, so yeah. But anyways, yeah. So as I'm talking about, yeah, experience, you know, someone they've experienced in a lot, like, you know, even in the other side, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I always wanted someone who, you know, have experienced life, you know, whatever, I don't know, yeah. I just wanted someone who has experienced a lot of things in life, someone I can learn from, someone that, you know, can teach me things that I didn't know, not just in that aspect, okay, in other aspects too, okay. Yeah, so I've always been attracted to someone that is experienced, okay, you know, at work, you know, working in the field, at school, whatever, just someone who is, you know, experienced, okay. Now, another reason is, yeah, I have never been a type for playing game. I don't have patience for games, okay. And guys at my age then, okay, most of them, even, yeah, till now, most of them are still trying to play games, to do a yoj. I have never been interested in guys that wants to play games. It's either you're with me or you're not with me. I think the only player, right, that I opened my Tukorokoro eye and entered into a relationship with him was my very first person I ever, you know, not dated, kind of loved, yeah, like real relationship. Yeah, I always knew this guy was a bad guy. Of course, I didn't know he was cheating, but I knew he was cheating somehow, somewhere, you know. It was a bad guy, okay. And yeah, it was the only person I know that, okay, he was playing games and I was still tolerating. And because, of course, I was naive, he's the first person that I would ever, you know, be in love with and stuff. But thankfully, you know, it didn't take long, you know, like I said. Another danger, you know, you could be manipulated. We'll talk more about that, and I'll be sharing about this particular example in that video, so look out for it. And trust me, look out for it. So yes, what was I saying? Yeah, so what was I even saying? Yeah, so I never had time for games. If I see a person that, you know, you're still patching from one girl to the other, like, they irritate me. Like, I cannot. If I notice that, you know, your way is not pure, you're always hiding your phones, you're always, you know, talking about, you know, the girls you've conquered, you're always like, it's so exhausting for me. I don't know. I have never had patience for game players, okay? And that's one of the reasons why I always, you know, wanted to go for someone older. Again, remember, this is not the reasons why I married my husband. This is the reasons why I've always wanted to marry an older man, okay? Yeah, of course, some of this reason will be why I married my husband, but this is just a general perspective, okay? So what was I saying? Yeah, so I've always wanted someone who I've always not loved people who play games, okay? So yeah, so I've always wanted someone who was older, because of course, or I thought that most of them, you know, they've played games, they've done their, you know, they've had their fair share of fetching and everything, so they are more serious minded, they are more committed when they are in relationship. Of course, not all of them are, you know, most of them are not. You know, there are a lot of older people that are still not ready to settle down or to settle with one person, that are still game players, you know, and master gameplay. And short, most of them, we'll talk about that when we're talking about the dangers. Most of them are actually very experienced in playing games, so they know how to handle you and make you feel like you are the only girl in the world. But at the end of the day, there are thousands of other girls, or not thousands, but a lot of other girls that they are, you know, actually, you know, dating at the same time. So you need to also open your eyes, shine your eyes. But we'll talk about those, you know, what to look out for before you decide to date that older man, okay? So look out for that video, okay? I feel like I'm talking too low. Let me adjust my mic and bring it up a bit. Okay, so yeah, so what was I talking about? So yes, I have what was I talking about? Yeah, so I've never had patience for game, okay? If I notice that you're a guy that like to play games, you like to, you know, you're dating one, you're dating the friend is dating the friend, you can't even come close to me, okay? Because I'm going to call your fuck up. Like, I'm going to treat your fuck up, okay? I'm going to tell you, hey, like, look at me, who do you think you are? So yes, I don't know, I've always carried myself like that, you know, like, I don't know, you can't even, okay? So if I notice that you're playing games, or, you know, you are here today, you are there, you are lying, you are doing this, you are doing that, see, my mind is already off. Like, I literally lost interest in you, okay? So, and a lot of guys, you know, that were my age, or that probably are still my age, you know, some of them would have wised up now, but most of them are still, you know, they still want to play games, they still want to chop life, they still want to go from one girl to the other, they still want to experience life, they are in their wild phase, okay? And I don't get patience for wild phase, okay? I know, it's so, honestly, when I hear a lot, and I hear a lot, trust me, from friends, from people, that random people on Instagram, on YouTube and the rest of it, like, hey, I'm dating this guy, he's giving me headache, he's shaking it, like, I feel honestly sorry for them, because sometimes I wonder, like, if I'm not married now, like, well, like, will I be in this situation? Like, you know, today say yes, tomorrow is with another person. Like, so many guys just playing games. I don't think I would be, though, because trust me, I mean, the moment I see, I get out. Like, I don't let myself fall in love quickly. Like, I always say, when I met my husband, I was not in love with him. I liked him as a person. I kind of loved him, but I did not allow myself to fall deeply in love with him, okay? Until I knew his character and the kind of person he is. And that's what I always do in most of my relationship. I don't go in my relationship all hearts in, okay? Of course, the hearts might fall and whatever. In short, the people that I am, and this is the truth. I know I mentioned it's one of my videos in the Truth and Tales podcast. By the way, have you subscribed to the Truth and Tales podcast channel? Have you subscribed? You cannot say you love me, or you cannot say you enjoy my content and you're not subscribed to the Truth and Tales podcast. You're missing a lot, okay? So please go and subscribe. The link is in the bio, okay? Thank you very much. In the description box. Thank you very much. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I had to go back and listen. So yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, I was going to say that, see, the people that I'm mostly attracted to, like, that I'm lost in after, and oh God, I cannot stand, I'm dreaming about them, I'm sleeping about them, most of them don't even know my name, they don't even know I exist. And the rest of the people that I usually lost after before dating are the people that, you know, we end up not making it, because most times lust blinds your eyes to a lot of things. You always see the person as perfect, you always see the person as, oh, this person is an angel and everything, only for you to start to date the person, you start to see the person's flaws, and it will overwhelm you because of the image that you've already had about the person, right? So that was always it for me, okay? So anybody that I'm so in lust with, right, I end up not dating them, because I know it will only be a waste of time, okay? Because that has always been the situation. So let us go ahead, let us go. And so yeah, what was I talking about? yeah, so I don't go for people who play games. I don't have patience for games. You cannot play games with me. You can't be sleeping with me, sleeping with my boyfriend and my girlfriend, you see. So when I see people who are actually going through that, I honestly feel sorry for them, and I try to give them advice as to, you know, just let go. Someone messaged me the other time and said, hey, you know, on my video where I talked about, you know, players and how to identify players, and she was like, hey, what should she do? She noticed that most of the guys that she's dating, they are players and whatever. And I'm like, why are you asking what you should do? You should move on. You should walk away, and you should look at yourself. What is in me that is attracting these players? Why? What is in me? Why are they looking? Who are the kind of guys? What are the category of guys that I'm attracted to, or that is attracted to me? You know, and what do I need to change in my life? What do I need to change in my personality? You know, is there something about me? Is there a vibe, or I'm giving that is attracting these people? What do I need to change? You know, those are the things you should be looking out for. And maybe I'll do a video on that, but let's move on. Now, another reason why I've always wanted, and this one reminds me of a conversation I was having with some of my friends, two of my friends, in the university. I think we were in 100 level or 200 level, and we're coming back. I can remember we're coming back from class in the evening. We're going to take a car, and then we're talking about, you know, marrying older men or not. And one of my friends was saying, oh, she can never marry an older man and what not. And I remember I said that I can never marry someone that is 8 years younger than me. Like, the person I marry has to be at least 8 years older than me. And they're like, what? And I remember one of the reasons I gave them, which is one of the reasons why I've always wanted to remember, it's not why I married, it's what married my husband, but why I've always wanted to marry someone older. You know, one of the reasons I gave them was that, see, I've always been afraid of looking older than my husband. I know, it sounds silly. It might sound silly to a lot of people, but I don't know. When I see couples that, when you see their wife looks nice and penging, and the husband, you know, looks correct beside her, I always love those vibes, okay? When I see a woman that looks older than her husband, I don't know, I feel, I don't know. So yeah, I've always wanted to look younger than my husband. I don't care if you call me trophy wife, or you say I'm marrying sugar daddy. I honestly don't care. I cannot care. I can care less, okay? So yeah, I was always scared of looking older than my husband, okay? So now, and one thing I've always noticed is that, okay, when ladies grow up quickly, we grow up quicker than, men, okay, that are the same age, okay? But it gets to a point, the men start to catch up, they start to grow bigger, you know, have the muscle, have everything and the rest of it, okay, and they start to become finer. But when we now get to that stage, we start to get married, start to get, you know, give birth to children, the body starts to wear out and the rest of it, okay? So you cannot cheat that part of nature, especially if you choose to go the route of, you know, getting pregnant, having a family and settling down, right? You know, nature will come out, you know, you give birth, you have flabby tummy, stuff will happen, okay? Your body is also getting older, but because of the things your body is going through, most times you tend to be more wrinkled and older than, or more quickly than, you know, him. So, but when he's like older, okay, when it gets to that point and he's finding, okay, and you know, I don't know, there will be a balance. That's all I've always thought, okay? Of course, it's not always like that, okay? But that has always been one of my mentality. Like, I am so terrified of being old or looking older than my husband, okay? So I want to remain young till I die. Okay, so when they see me and my husband, I always want there to be that, I don't know, when I get to that point where I'm getting older quickly and he is not, okay, let there be a balance, okay? Yeah, I've always loved couples like that. You see, the wife, you know, why women, you know, of course they look older, but because their husband is older, there's a kind of, I don't know, balance between them, okay? So yes, I have always wanted that, okay, since I was younger. So that's one of the selfish reasons why I wanted to marry an older person, okay? So yes, that's definitely one of it, yeah. As vain as it is, I admit that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to marry someone older, okay? All right, so they just took the lights and I am not in the mood to go turn on the gen. So you guys, please bear with me, okay, until we finish up with this video, okay? Yeah, so another reason is someone who is emotionally intelligent, right? You know, I talked about, you know, experience and age comes with certain kind of intelligence and maturity. Yes, maturity, that should be the point. Yes, someone who is matured in their thinking, matured in what they want, who are resolute or resolved in what they want, okay? Not someone who is still, you know, playing games today. We are doing, who is the first to call, who is not going to call, who is going going to call me first, who is going to say good morning first, you know, all those petty games that boys usually play. Yeah, I don't know, for any reason. I mean, I did not want to, I didn't have patience. Like I said, I don't have patience for games, okay? And also I don't know, I've always wanted someone who is matured in their thinking, matured in the way they relate, okay? Like my husband, when I met him, like I used to tell you guys, when I bring out my childishness, okay, and we are fighting, I don't want to call him, I won't pick his call, my husband wants to call me. A few days ago, we had a fight in the house, okay, and I wasn't, you know, my usual self, I wasn't going to talk to him. And, you know, I went out, I bought, you know, chips and whatever for myself to take to work, you know, the following day, and I woke up the following morning. You know, naturally, if it is me, I mean, when I'm angry, okay, I won't touch his things, you know, I won't call him, I won't ask him to help me. Usually we're on the gen, when we are fighting, I'll go on the gen, I'll be doing things independently, you know. And my husband like that one, like, now you sabi, if you like, call me, if you like, don't call me, if you don't call him, he won't help you. That's the kind of person I married. I woke up the following morning to see that my husband has eaten my chips. I was so mad, but again, because I was angry, I wasn't going to talk to him. So I was just eating around. In his mind, it's like, look at this one. You think because we are fighting, I'll not chop. He said, you think because we are fighting, I'll not eat. Sorry. Before I woke up, he had eaten my chips in the night. Like, that's the kind of person he is. He's not ready to play games. You know, it will tell you, let's resolve things, and, you know, we'll not be fighting who will first talk to who, first talk to who. Yes, we do have those moments, okay? But most times, he's always quick to say, hey, let's round this up. Let's round up. He's like, okay, let's round it up, okay? Yeah, but it's not all the time. Like I said, every man has a boy inside of them, okay? There are times that my husband too can be very petty and very petty. You know, when he wants to do his own, like, usually he does it. So yeah, like I said, they all have their moments, okay? My husband also has his moments. It's not perfect. Anyway, so yes, that's one of the reasons. God knows who I am. And he gave me what I can handle, and I am content and I am happy with what I have. But yes, this is all I'll be talking about today. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you married someone older, let me know some of the reasons why you chose, you know, to marry the person, or why you wanted to marry someone older. If you are infatuated, if you're attracted to people that are older than you, let me know that I'm not alone, okay? Leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. You guys are amazing. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, I still remain Victoria Ayodele Fash, and see you guys in my next video. Bye. This was a very playful video, honestly.